This is an introduction to pipeline cleaning and maintenance. We're going to talk about flushing, pigging, and jetting. At different times, pipelines need to be cleaned on the interior. The one we run into most frequently is when a pipeline is ready to be put into service and it needs to be cleaned to get all the foreign debris that's possibly gotten in during the construction process. There are also times during the lifetime of a pipeline when obstructions will cause flow restrictions, or the pipeline gets contaminated, or even just for the maintenance and inspection, some sort of cleaning will take place. The first method that we're going to talk about is flushing. Flushing is when water is flowed through a pipeline in an effort to remove any foreign materials. And it's done just by moving water through the pipeline at a significant rate. The recommended minimum rate of flow of water through a pipeline to clean out debris is 2.5 feet per second. Now, that's not a number of gallons, that's the speed of water flowing through the pipeline. And what the contractor is trying to do, or the city maintenance crew is trying to do, is just to dislodge materials laying in the bottom of the pipeline and get it to the other end where it can be retrieved. The specification is from the AWWA, and it can be read from WWCL 600, part 4.2.9, which says, flushing. Foreign material left in pipelines during installation often results in valve or hydrant leakage during pressure tests. The pipelines shall be kept clean during installation. Thorough flushing is recommended prior to a pressure test. Flushing should be accomplished by partially opening and closing valves and hydrants several times under expected line pressure, with flow velocities adequate to flush foreign material out of the valves and hydrants. It's typically just a recommendation so that the future owner, the city, water district, whoever, will know that the possible foreign materials in the pipeline have been removed before it's put into service and before it can contaminate any other parts of the system. Now, what comes out during flushing? Well, I've been around a lot of pipeline flushes, and dirt comes out, rocks come out, 2x4s come out, hard hats and lunch boxes come out, bags of gaskets that the contractor swore you never sent him come out, and I've seen a raccoon come out, and it's not a pretty thing.
Oh, that's going to leave a mark.
The next method of cleaning pipeline that we'll talk about is pigging. Now, it's a funny name, and I don't know who came up with it, but it's used as a method of greater cleaning of a pipeline. Usually, a cylindrical, resilient item is placed in the pipeline, and water pressure behind it is used to force this cleaning device through the pipe. Here's an example of a pig. This is a polyurethane foam pig. It's collapsible, squishy. They come in different densities. Some pigs have different coverings on them that cause greater cleaning or be accomplished. Some of these even have bristles on them if we're trying to scour the pipe. Typically, a pig like this will be sized to be just a little bit larger in diameter than the ID of the pipeline, so that some scouring does happen. What the pig accomplishes is that as it is pushed down the pipeline, it causes a lot of turbulence and will force some materials ahead of it as it moves through the pipeline. Because this is a resilient material, it actually bends around elbows and can go up T's and really be squished down, for lack of a better term, to go in and out of restrictions such as valves or reducers or whatever may be in the pipeline. Lower flow rates can be used with a pig and have even better cleaning. And this is particularly useful on large pipelines. The next method is jetting, typically used in older sewer lines that have been in service for quite a while, where the line might possibly contain some deposits of grease or foreign materials, solids of some sort. These deposits cause blockage of flow, restriction of flow. A jetting head is run down the pipeline with a hose attached, which has pressurized water, and jets squirt water against the interior of the pipe to remove these deposits, and with some flow of the water it also causes foreign materials to run out of the pipe. There's problems with all three of these methods. Flushing. Sometimes there's not enough flow to move the debris, the junk, through the pipeline and get it out of the line. So sometimes you're just not able to get enough water into the pipeline to cause the velocity of water that actually does a good job of cleaning the pipeline. The other problem is you do generate a lot of water, and you have problems at times getting rid of the water, disposing of it. Sometimes there is a possibility of putting this remaining water into a sanitary sewer or into a storm sewer, but sometimes there just isn't any way to have a receiving vessel, and sometimes you're flooding areas, sometimes you're just shooting down the street, and it causes many problems. The selection of the proper pig is important. Sometimes we have problems with the wrong type or size of pig being used, so that you really don't get the cleaning that you think you're going to have. Another major problem we have is that occasionally people won't understand their system well enough to know where the pig is going to end up. And we have had these pigs lost for a significant amount of time, or maybe never found, and we know that they're stuck somewhere in the pipeline, and that they'll show up at some point and cause somebody grief in some manner. The people that do the jetting, who are typically sewer cleaning and back truck people, have become very proud of the high pressure they're able to generate on their units. Unfortunately, higher pressure isn't necessarily the best thing. Some technologies right now where high pressure jets of water are used to cut metal or concrete. Well, you have a possibility of damaging the lines that you're actually trying to be cleaning at this point. There's also a problem of using the wrong jetting head, where it can end up bouncing around off the walls of the pipe and causing damage there too. One of the reasons we're producing this video presentation is that we've recently had some problems with jetting that has caused some real grief to contractors, to owners, and to the Fowler Company also, because damage has occurred and the finger pointing has started. DIPRA, which is the Ductile Iron Pipe Research Association, has recently put out some guidelines on the cleaning of ductile iron pipe. From their Chapter 7, Flushing, Testing, and Disinfecting, the use of pressure washing to clean the inside diameter of cement mortar lined iron pipe is not recommended due to the possibility of damage to the seal coat and/or cement mortar lining. The aggressiveness of the pressure washing is dependent on water pressure, travel speed, water jet angle to the lining, distance of the water jets from the lining, diameter of the pipe, type of lining application, etc. Any attempt to do so is at the sole risk of the equipment operator. This addresses the problem we've seen recently in some storm sewer installations of ductile iron pipe, where at the conclusion of construction, the contractors hired a jetting service to come and clean out the pipe, which has had a significant amount of sediment, rocks, and soil in the pipe. And the owner is requiring that the pipe be cleaned, although not telling the contractor how to clean the pipe. Well, the contractors have hired the jetting service. The jetting service has done their process at very high pressures, some over 2,000 psi, and the jets have taken the cement lining out of the pipe. Then during visual inspection, the owners see that the interior lining has been damaged, and they're saying that this is defective pipe. So we get a big finger pointing exercise going on, where the manufacturer says, no, the pipe is fine. The contractor says, well, the cement lining came out. The city's saying, well, we don't care whose fault it is, it needs to be replaced. And we've been trying to avoid this by educating our contractor customers and our owners about the use of jetting as being a problem. There's several different styles of mechanical jetting heads that are designed to do different things as far as the cleaning process is concerned. We actually do sell some to some of our customers, but we hope that they are well versed in the use and the restrictions that are caused by this product. Okay, that's the conclusion of this brief summary on cleaning of pipelines with flushing, jetting, and pigging. There are many people around our organization that have a lot of experience in these matters, so feel free to ask any of the experienced folks for the recommendations if your customers are asking questions, or if you just feel like you need to get ahead of a possible problem that's